She has pipes. Hey everybody, it's Rosalie. Welcome back to the Ultimate World Music Reaction channel, diving into another song from our beautiful Morissette from the Philippines. I'm excited to check out another song of hers called Secret Love Song. It is the live on the Wish 107.5 bus version, and it has over 200 million views. It was put out 2016. It's been out for a few years, but millions and millions of views. I've been exploring Morissette. I really like who she is, not only as a person, from what I can see, down to earth and humble, but an incredibly gifted singer. Powerhouse, very poppy, a very strong, soulful vocals, a huge range, can do the whistle notes, and yeah, just a whole package. So I'm excited to check this out. So let's dive straight in. And if you're interested in watching some of my other reactions to her song, check out my Philippines playlist. The links in the descriptions below for ways to support, connect, and so on and so forth. All right, guys, let's dive in. Morissette, Secret Love Song.
Wishers, this is Morissette. Don't miss any Wish-exclusive videos. Click here to subscribe.
See? She's just so precious.
When you hold me in the street and you kiss me on the dance floor, I wish that we could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Wish 107.5.
We keep behind closed doors. Every time I see you, I tired some more. Stolen moments that we steal as the curtain falls. It'll never be enough. It's obvious you're meant for me. Every piece of you, it just fits perfectly. Every second, every thought, I'm in so deep, but I'll never show it on my face. But
I like that run.
We got a love that is homeless. What can you hold me in the street? What can I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that we could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Ah, that crack she does. So good.
You call her name like you do when you're with me. Does it feel the same? Would you leave if I was ready to settle down? Would you play it safe and stay? But you know this, we got a love that is homeless. What can you hold me in the street? What can I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that we could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. I don't wanna live this way. I don't wanna hide this away. I wonder if it ever will change. I'm living for a day, someday. When you hold me in the street and you kiss me on the dance floor, I wish that we could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. I'm yours. Oh, why can't you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor?
So dramatic, that song.
I wish that we could be like
We'll talk about that in a
Why
second.
can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. Why can't I say that I'm in love? I wanna shout it from the rooftops. I wish that we could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. wish we could be there now.
Wow. She has pipes. She has an amazing voice. It is cool to see in the different songs. First reaction I did to her, it was amazing. But I didn't hear any of the whistle notes in that one. And it was mostly, I feel, just really showcasing beautifully the force of her voice and her range. Then in another song that I reacted, again, you can find that all in the Philippines playlist. Now you could really see, again, the force, the strength, the runs. And then she did some of the whistle notes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then here, because I heard the crack once or twice, and when I first heard it for the first time, I wasn't sure was this by accident, on purpose, because it's crazy that she's doing this like live on these radio stations, and I mean, other than little echo and some of that, she's performing this live, and I hear some of the echo. There may be a couple of features to help make the sound better, but she's doing this live and sitting down. And then I heard the crack a couple of times and I was like, oh, was this on purpose? Was this by accident? And you guys let me know in the comments that is kind of her signature. And here in this song, that it's so cool to hear more of it. It was very prevalent. She didn't do any whistle notes here, but she showcased her force, she showcased her range, how she can take those notes so high, and then did the crack quite a few times. Sorry, sounds weird. She did that voice crack quite a few times. And yeah, just a fantastic performance of this song. This song was a cover. The song is originally by Little Mix. I don't know who they are. It was released 2015. The lyrics, let's talk about those for a second. I think are very self-explanatory, but I'll just share my thoughts on it for just a second. It says, we keep behind closed doors. Every time I see you, I die a little more. Stolen moments that we steal as the curtain falls. It'll never be enough. As you drive me to my house, I can't stop these silent tears from rolling down. You and I will have to hide on the outside where I can't be yours and you can't be mine. No. Okay? If it's a type of love, unless you're like, there was a time where Caucasian and African American couldn't be together or get married, right? And so in that sense, it was a secret love because they would literally be prosecuted and persecuted by racists and haters, right? Or there's countries where maybe one religion can't interact with the other. In those cases, I would say, I feel like that's different because these are two people who love each other, who are because of social stigmas or religious ideologies or whatever reason, forbidden from seeing each other. And so at first, when I was hearing the lyrics, I thought, somehow this love can't, somehow this love can't be, right? It's secret. It's a secret love. It's a secret love song. Literally the name of the song. But then as you keep listening, it says, why can't you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? And then later it says, what does it say? Blah 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 blah. That's not what it says. But at some point she was singing something about when you're with her. Oh yeah, okay. And then she sings, when you're with her, do you call her name like you do when you're with me? Does it feel the same? And at that part I'm like, what? Wait, okay? And I'm speaking from experience on both sides of the spectrum. This is not going to end well. When we're talking, this person is with somebody else. He is singing, I am yours. And that very well be true, right? They have given themselves to the other completely. They really love them. And it could be genuine love for that person. They appreciate their personality. They love what they look like. They love how they feel when they're together. They love how this other person makes them feel. They may really genuinely feel like I am yours, saying that to the other person. My statement to that person singing this would be, you might be theirs, right? I'm yours. They're definitely not yours though. You're theirs, they are not yours. Because if they were, they wouldn't be pursuing another relationship too. And most of the time, and I think that's sometimes what people don't realize, is that, especially when it's an affair where a marriage is involved, many times, I can't speak for every time, obviously, but there are many times where the cheating spouse is not going to pick the mistress or the mister. And they're going to, stick to their spouse at the end, especially if maybe kids or a family is involved. And the side piece, be it male or female, not always. I know there's all kinds of different scenarios in life. But the side piece will remain exactly just that. Or then you'll have people who are surprised that they, as the side piece, were then cheated on. But then there's that saying, if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you, right? And it ends up, ironically, be it karma, be it because the spouse who betrayed their initial vows with their side piece, if they had that mentality of disloyalty and no respect for their vows, who's to say they're not going to do it with the person they did it with, right? If that's their lifestyle, if they're choosing to just seek their own pleasures with disregard for the heart that they're hurting, if they did that to their spouse, a vow they literally made before God and man, a relationship they entered to a higher level of commitment, and to break that, who's to say they're not going to do that to that fling little side piece, male or female? So this idea of I'm yours is one-sided when it's these secret relationships. It shouldn't be secret. And my question to the person singing, I know this is just a song, and I'm not saying this is her personal experience at all. She's covering a song. But just to talk about the lyrics, because that's what we do here, it's one-sided. Because if this other person was hers or his as well, they wouldn't also be saying anybody else's name. And that just makes me my gut a little bit, because from my own life experience, I've experienced different sides of the spectrum. Hurting people and being hurt. And it never ends in life. It never ends with peace. It ends with brokenness. It ends with shame. It ends with distress. And even saying, obviously, you're meant for me. Every piece of you, it just fits perfectly. Oh, I hear these things and I'm like, oh God, somebody open their eyes. But the crappy thing is, unfortunately, a lot of times for many of us, we say, stop, warning, warning, because we've either been through it ourselves or have been closely connected to that type of situation, where from experience now we see the agony, the pain that it actually leads to, and how that type of mindset of, well, you're my soulmate, right? Surely if, it feels so good, how can it be wrong? A lot of things feel good that are not good for you. Yeah, and then just this idea, when you're with him, do you call her name? To even have to ask that. Would you really want to be in a relationship where you have to wonder, do you feel the same way about that other person like with me? Like, you're a second degree. You're a side piece. That's why it's called side piece. I don't want to be a side dish. I'm a steak, baby. And so it's just like, yeah, the lyrics are definitely not one that is encouraging a healthy, committed, mutual devotion at all. It's toxic. If love has to be secret because somebody else would be angry because there's a third party involved, which this song heavily obviously implies, then I feel like this secret love is toxic. It's not healthy. Even if the person singing this genuinely means I truly love you and I really am yours, if they have to keep it behind closed doors and their wish of dancing on the dance floor and holding each other on the street can't be fulfilled because it's secret, this other person does not truly love them. They may like them. They may like how they make them feel. They may love their personality and the things they do together. But true love is not going to keep somebody in the microwave, on the side, on standby, depending on how the food on the stove is going to turn out. Or so they can have the food in the pot and the food in the microwave. Like, you ain't a side dish. You are not just, I don't know, a loaf of bread. You deserve to be on the big plate. Guys, I'm hungry. I'm using a bunch of food metaphors here. But yeah, the lyrics, just to take that apart for a second, are definitely not speaking of a healthy relationship and mutual love. One is obsessed with the other, and the other is not faithful to either, right? Because if you have someone who is being with you and with somebody else, they're not faithful to you. They're not fully yours. Right? They're lying to that person and they're lying to you. But a lot of side pieces don't realize that. A lot of mistresses and misters may, in the infatuation and in the passion and in the heat of the moment and in lust and in whatever else is part of the issue, they don't realize that all that, oh, you're my soulmate and I love you and you're it. That's lies, because they're lying to the other person about you. They're ashamed of you. Because if that comes out, one relationship is broken. And if they choose that person, the relationship with you is broken. So they're like, even though I don't get that saying at all, but they're eating their cake, they're having their cake and eating it too. I do not get that saying. That's an American expression for like getting both worlds, but it doesn't make sense to me, because if I have cake, obviously I want to eat it. But anyways, the idea of, you want both, you want it all. And that's not how it works. Anyways, the lyrics, I don't like. The idea of the song, I don't like. But the performance and what Morissette did do and what Morissette did here, I love. She's amazing. What did you think about the song? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, you are a steak, okay? You are worthy of love, and you are worthy to do what is right. Choose life in your relationships and your friendships, the way you treat yourself, you treat others. Choose the right door, please. All right, you guys, you are loved, you matter. Have a great rest of your day. Remember to like, share, subscribe, get some merch, become a patron, or buy some coffee and skip the line with your request. I'm trying to keep you guys informed on ways to connect and support, but yeah, maybe I'll start singing about it. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. This was Rosalie. Till next time. Ayo!